What's going on, guys? Today we're talking about Bitcoin, specifically how a Bitcoin transaction actually works. But did you know your Bitcoin wallet doesn't actually hold any Bitcoin?
What?
I'm being totally serious. When you receive a Bitcoin transaction, you don't actually receive Bitcoin at all. So if that's the case, what exactly is going on? So Bitcoin transactions don't actually move Bitcoins around. What they do is they transfer ownership to different addresses. Sounds weird, right? Even weirder though, to understand this concept of future money, we need to go backwards about 1,000 years. Let's go to the island of Yap and talk about rye stones. So the island of Yap is an island in the Western Pacific in Micronesia. And they have a history of using stone money called rye stones. So rye stones are basically these big round stones, a lot of times with holes in the middle so that they could be moved around, but they were really heavy. And so in many cases, the rye stones didn't actually move. But how they would transact with each other is they would get everyone from the village around and they would basically announce the transaction to everyone. So just for example, let's say I wanted to give my neighbor some money for some fish. And I say, you know what, 10% of my rye stone now belongs to Jeff. I don't know that Jeff lived on the island of Yap, but we'll just go with it. So with the whole village present, it would be announced that now 10% of my rye stone actually belongs to Jeff. And for all intents and purposes, it was basically a recorded transaction because everyone was aware. So even if I went back and said, you know what, I didn't actually give Jeff that 10%, everyone in the village would be like, no, yeah, you did. It wasn't actually about moving money around. It was about transferring ownership of the money and announcing it to everyone so that it was recorded. To understand a little bit better how Bitcoin works, Bitcoin kind of works like a digital rye stone. It doesn't actually move Bitcoins around. What happens is that the ownership of an unspent Bitcoin is transferred to another address. But how it works is that Bitcoin uses public-private key cryptography. Now, hold on. Don't shut off the video just yet. I'm gonna try to explain this in simple terms. The address that you see in your wallet that starts with 1, 3, or B, depending on how your wallet's implemented, is actually a hashed version of your public key. What a public key is it's almost like an email address. An email address is something that you share with other people. Other people can send you email to that address without having access to your whole account. And that's basically what a Bitcoin address is. It's a hashed public key that you give out to someone and they send Bitcoin to. So what happens when that transaction's made, it's encrypted with your public key. And how public and private key cryptography works, it means that the only person who has access to spend that Bitcoin again is the person who has the private key to your public key, which should be you. Now your private key is basically like the password to your email account. It's something that you would never share with anyone else, and it's something that gives you access to be able to read all of your emails and send email from your name. So a Bitcoin private key, it's the password that allows you to send your Bitcoin. So your Bitcoin wallet is basically like your password manager that's holding and managing all of your private keys. So even though your Bitcoin may be split across 10 different addresses, all the addresses that have an unspent Bitcoin are all added up together, and that basically becomes your wallet balance. But it's not actually holding that Bitcoin in the wallet. What it's holding is the private keys to allow you to transact on that Bitcoin whenever you're ready to. Isn't it amazing that we have to go back 1,000 years in the past to be able to understand the future? It's crazy. If you guys have any more questions about how Bitcoin transactions work or hardware wallets, put them down in the comments below. If you want to see more videos on Bitcoin, click on these videos on the end screen. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.